For this video, I'm going to be talking to you all about how to shade your final. The first step is to do your actual contour lines. So we used our grid to draw our contour lines. So we looked back and forth at our reference photo and copied our outline onto our final. Next, you'll need to erase your grid, and then finally, you get to start shading. When erasing your grid, I really want to make sure that I don't see any more of those straight up and down lines. So I was only using those to actually know where my contour lines were, but now that I have it all drawn, I don't need them anymore, and I don't want them to be seen through my drawing. So I'm going to go back and erase all of them. I'm also going to erase my labels for my columns and rows, so that A, B, C, 1, 2, 3s, and the word top. I'm going to erase all of that. If I go through some of my contour lines, I'm just going to go back with a pencil and redraw them in. So I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks before we get started on our final. So this here is called a blending stump. So many kids are confused with how to use it. They just go straight in like this. They don't put any lead down first, and they can't get very dark. Now, if it's a really light area, that might work great, but they are intended to be used by putting pencil lead down or graphite down first, and then smoothing that out with the blending stump. So you use the pencil first on your paper, and then you smooth it out with your blending stump. When I'm done smoothing it out, I like to go back in with my pencil and do another layer. So I'm really pushing wherever it's dark, and I'm overlapping or layering my pencil on there, and then I can go back and smooth it again. So I go back and forth. Here I'm going to show you the method that I prefer to smooth, and that is using a paper towel instead of the blending stump. So I apply my pencil onto the paper, and then I'm going to actually take a paper towel and fold it up into a nice square and use the corner of it to smooth. I have found that I can get a lot smoother effect. I don't have to wait for a blending stump to be available, and I can just throw it away when I'm done. So I highly recommend doing this, but try both methods and see what works for you. Next, I'm going to talk to you about graphite sticks. They are the best and worst things ever. So they're really great at making things dark. So if you have something really, really dark, they are awesome, but they're kind of hard to use. The first reason that it's hard to use is that whether I use the paper towel or the blending stump, it does not smooth really well. So you can see here, it's still kind of streaky. The second reason they're kind of hard to use is that they do not erase. So you can see here, I am really trying to erase that, and they just do not erase. So only put it in areas that are going to be dark. The last one is that they are really messy. So they would need to be used very, very last so that it doesn't make streaks on your paper. Now that I'm ready to actually shade, I look at my reference photo and I find where is the darkest area, and I start there. So I'm going to hold my pencil sideways so that I can cover a lot of area smoothly with as much like graphite or lead that's in my pencil. So you can hold it as if you're writing a word and use it that way, which works too, but you can cover more area if you hold it sideways, and it's kind of smoother. So when you're done shading all of your areas, matching up the values where it's light, mediums, darks, all of that, you can go back in with a pencil and draw in any details that might have gotten smudged while you were smoothing. So here's a quick little recap. When you are done drawing all of your contour lines, you are going to erase that grid. It's a very important step that's easily missed. When you're done erasing the grid, you are ready to shade. You are going to look at where is it light, where is it dark, and match up those values, and where is it smooth, where is it rough, and match up the kind of texture. Good luck.